Hello and welcome to 90's Mags. Welcome back to your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong supported Newcastle United buddies. Myself, D-Man, joined as usual by my co-host Jefferson. How you doing, sir?
What up? What up? What up?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Survived the back to school vibes. Everyone starts racing back to work, don't they? That first week of September.
Yeah, man. Busy times, busy times. The rush starts again, but it is what it is. But don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Keep the channel growing. We're much appreciative. Get involved in the comments. I see we've got a couple people in the building already. We've got Mighty Mag. Do what he says. Big up Mighty Mag. Smash the hell out of the likes for us. For us.
Hey, Mike.
We've got Kenny in the building. Weekend reaction.
Kenny.
Did I miss something other than two birds with the birds with the two other way? Well, it's a weak reaction to be fair. It's not much has happened this weekend. International football. Big up PDK in the building. Kante as well.
PDK.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Kante.
listen, it hasn't been the most eventful week because it has been the internationals. We can't wait to the nitty gritty of the Premier League restarts, and we've got the Champions League to look forward to. But we're gonna cover things the previous week and then look forward to the week ahead. But listen, the
See, man,
last
look what Kante's put.
what's he on now?
Look what he's
B Tech Atoma, yes. Here we go. Here we go. We got Kenny in the building, Curtis as well.
We got Curtis.
And Connor as well. Big up Connor. But yeah, evening Adrian as well. But listen, it's the last time we recorded. It was the eve of the transfer window closing, and we were speaking about I said Alexander Isak, will he, won't he? Now listen, we weren't going to spend too much on it because he's gone now. But we have to address it because the last time we were on, he was still a Newcastle player. Yeah, and then later that night, it came out that we accepted a bid for Isak from Liverpool, 125 mil, and then he's foregone his loyalty bonus, so it comes a total package of 130 million. He's now a Liverpool player. We're going to spend 2 minutes on it, Jefferson. So, what's your thoughts on that transfer?
I just want to know, is he barred from now on? Like, are we barred from talking about him? Like, what's the deal?
Listen, I personally,
I don't know what the deal is.
I don't care talking about him in it because let's be honest, he's going to be scoring goals at Liverpool, and then when we come up against him on January the 31st, it's all going to be about Isak. We'll probably get drawn against him in one of the cup competitions. You know what I mean? So, listen, me personally, he was one of my favourite Newcastle players. Andy Cole's always given me a top one, Les Ferdinand second, and I actually had Isak third. Doesn't change for me, right? For what he's done for the club, yeah, helped us get that first trophy in so many years, get us back into the Champions League with his goals, back to back, 20 plus goal seasons, and the quality of the goals that he was scoring can never take that away from him. So, me personally, I will always hold him in a certain regard. I do not agree with how he's handled it, his exit. I think he handled it completely wrong. But we never know the truth. There's his truth, there's the club's truth, and then there's the real truth, isn't it? There's three sides to every story. End of the day, I'm not going to call him a rat, and I don't condone what he did in terms of his exit. But for when he was a Newcastle player, I rate him for what he did. Yeah. Now he's a Liverpool player. I don't care what he does from here moving out, innit? But he will be successful. Let's be honest. If he stays fit, he's going to be successful. Good luck to him. Not my business, but his Newcastle time. I'm not going to forget that. I'm not going to just wipe it away because of what his actions. But I don't know what you think about it, Jefferson.
Yeah, I don't know. For some, it will take time for it to be water under a bridge. Do you see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
obviously, he's left us in a position where we're like, okay, start to the season weren't the best. We don't know how that's affected the dressing room, but he's gone. The club got somewhat of a decent fee. We're going to be for sale for God knows how long. So there are a few positives in that. I think it's one of them ones where you're so vexed at the time, you get me, and then you have to let the dust settle a little bit, and you start looking forward to the future. It's not the end of the world. NUFC will continue. Obviously, he was a great player for us when he was playing with us, but I just can't agree with the way he left. club, and even just that lack of acknowledgement for the fans, it just leaves a really sour taste. And I think unfortunately he's going to be a bit of like like a Michael Owen, someone
Yeah.
he kind of like respect, and it's a
A lot of fans will hate him more than they hate Owen now.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, as some of the comments, as you can see, they
yeah,
don't they don't really acknowledge
yeah, yeah.
him.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
And we're not going to talk about Gordon's comments and Botman liking it. That's their business, isn't it? That is what it is. But like you said, it's about the future, and we did sign a certain Johan Vissa, Premier League proven striker from Brentford, 55 million. The floor is yours, Jefferson. What's your thought on that transfer?
You know what? I've had a little look because I still think some of sort of what I mentioned earlier stands, but what I did see a little bit more of in some more of those clips is he can actually create some situations for himself. Um, but like most strikers, he's gonna need service, and I think it will take time for the team to kind of learn more about him, what his strengths are, and how he plays. And I do think that particularly for that first 1 to 2 years that he's at the club, we're really, really going to probably see the best of this player. He just needs a little bit of time. I do think that Eddie's going to chuck him in because he is more Premier League proven, potentially over Voltamada. But I think, all in all, have we overpaid? Yes. And we've overpaid for a majority of our signings, but it's a player through the door. We have a striker. Do you know what I mean? And it's one that has scored quite a few goals in the past 2 seasons. So, yeah, now the dust has settled, quietly pleased with it, and I just wish him the best. He's been brave in taking that number 9 as well. So good luck to him.
Just quickly, PDK, he said, "Come on, hands up if he's in your FPL team." Are you talking about Vissa or Isak? Because listen, Vissa might start in my FPL team. Isak will be in my FPL team eventually. You know what I mean? I'm not. I ain't stupid. Yeah, I expected to be Golden Boot winner. I think he'll outscore Haaland, but that's another story. But yeah, in terms of Vissa,
You trying to make people leave today, D man?
listen, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, I'm not gonna cut off my nose to spite my face. FPL, he will back me points. Yeah, I've got money on this, so I'm not gonna be. You know what I mean?
If
But
you was following us last season, one thing people got to know is D man makes money. Yeah,
hey, listen, that's
he's
that's
good, he's good at the bookies.
it has to be done, man. It has to be done. But nah, in terms of Vista though, I'm actually happy with the signing. I preferred him to Strand Larson. Once we signed Voltamada, I thought this would be our best option. And since we linked to him as well, I wanted him to come play for the team. Like I said, the qualities that he brings, 19 non-penalty goals last season, same as Isak. He's got pace. He can link up play. He can play on the shoulder of the defender. You know what I mean? He scored a variety of goals where he's a bit of a poacher as well. I think, 55 million, okay, yeah, we have overpaid. But like you said, we've overpaid for a lot of our signings and all of them have proved to be value for money. You know what I mean? So I can't really argue with that. And like I said, we needed a striker. Yes, I was happy with Voltamada, but he's not an out-and-out number 9. We needed someone who could play that position. And listen, the quality is both him and Voltamada can play across the front three. You know what I mean? Or play the 10, whatever. Oh, lost Jefferson momentarily, so hopefully he comes back soon. But yeah, me personally, happy with Vissa. I know he was over the moon to get the number 9 signing, the number 9 jersey, should I say? And it was good to see the touching welcome message from Papi Cisse, welcoming him to the Toon and stuff. And listen, I expect him to be an immediate starter for us against Wolves. And I don't know about you guys in the comments, I think he should bag 15 to 20 league goals and more in all competitions. I think he's going to be very successful. And he's similar to Sadio Mane in the sense that the age doesn't really matter. We're going to get 3 to 4 good years out of him. Okay, we're not going to get the sell on value, but it's about what he delivers for the team when he's playing. But I did find it hilarious that he drove early hours in the morning to on standby to make sure that the deal gets done, and then at the last minute he's forgotten to sign a form, and it gets done 30 seconds before the deadline. Not a good look, but it is what it is. He's our player now. So let me know what you think in the comments. Is he a good signing? Should he have gone for somebody else? Are you concerned about the money that we paid for him? Let me know, man. Let me know. There you are.
Sorry about that.
You're back.
Vortex.
Yeah. Now I'll just give my little summary of the week the Vissa signing. So all good, all good. Predator says, don't care if we overpaid for Vissa, got goals in him, and if he gets the service that Isak did, he'll score plenty. I agree. I agree. And Jefferson, how many goals did you think he should be getting, or you think he's going to get league goals this season?
15, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said between 15 and 20. I think that's a very good return. Evening Kingham as well. Big up Ginesta in the building as well.
Ginesta.
Yeah. So Brad says, question: who takes our penalties now?
Not Gordon.
Oh, 100% not Gordon. 100% not Gordon. It has to be Vissa, right? I know I've never seen him take a penalty. If it's not Gordon, who's us?
Tonali, maybe.
Yeah, Tonali, Fabian Schär. He's a
And
good.
can I be? Am I wrong here? Can Lewis Hall? I'm sure Lewis Hall. Can Lewis Hall take a penalty? Or am I thinking of a free kick?
Oh, I
I
don't
think
know.
Fabian Scher's been on penalties before. I don't think he's missed.
Okay.
But yeah, lots of choices there though, which is good.
Yeah, Big Jinx, big up Big Jinx. He said he whistled 20 goals or more this season. Is that in the league or in all competitions? Let me know. Because 20 league goals, hey, listen, they will soon forget about Isak. If he bags 20 league goals, listen, I'm telling you, if he bags 22 league goals, we're finishing top four, bro. We'll finish top four. With 20 league goal striker, there's no way we don't finish outside. There's no way we finish outside the top four. Yeah, 20 league goals is a madness. So let me know what you think about that. Is that 20 league or 20 in all competition? Connor says, I think Isak will struggle at Liverpool as they don't play like us and they don't have Murphy.
And will Ekatike like to be shunted onto the left hand side? I'm not sure if he'll be happy about that, will he?
He won't have a choice. You know what I mean? But he chose to go there over us, so that's his problem.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Predator says Vissa can take the penalties. Interesting. Ginesta says, I hope Vissa and Voltamada can score 30 goals combined in all competitions. Will be set for a good season if they can do that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just on that, do you expect? Because a lot of people have seen Voltamada play today. He got the assist, but he hasn't had a great game, and I think he's been subbed off now. But Germany don't really play to steps from what I've seen, from what I watched this today, and you know he hasn't played with Newcastle. But do you think he will be a success, and do you think you will see a lot of him and Vissa on the pitch at the same time?
I think it gives Eddie more options because he can drop into that 10 space, look to play through Vissa and the wingers. So he could arguably have that almost Dennis Bergkamp-like role. But at the same time, kind of in the way I was talking about utilising Asula, because Voltamada is 6'6". Actually, if Voltamada plays up to top, we can go direct and he can knock balls down, flick them on. He's got a great, touch, great feet. So he can link up that way as well. So I think having him in the side gives Eddie some options. What I'm actually hoping is in the January window we can get one more forward in so that we aren't overutilizing these two because we've got so many competitions. Or maybe again Asula, okay, he's going to be sitting on the bench, but he can learn a thing or two off these guys as well.
And Asula could play the League Cup games. We've got
Indeed.
Bradford in the cup. I think it is the first
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
I'll be at that game. But
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Eddie does use the squad. Because like we said, we've got the Champions League coming up. He has to utilize the squad. You know what I mean? He has to. So there's no excuses now. He's got the personnel, and I think I mentioned in the last episode that he now has he can pick a team of his own signings. You know what I mean? So this is his team now, fully. This is his team now, his squad. So let's see what he does.
Listen, me and Boki were talking about this to win. Was it earlier this week? And he was crying. Yeah. So if you're listening in, win. What are you saying? What are you saying? Because D man backs me up here. What are you saying?
Yeah, big up win, man. Big up win. We're interested to know what Win's thoughts are. But Connor says, I think Voltamada will play versus Wolves as he will have full week's training as he's playing tonight. Vissa will play Tuesday for Congo and fly back Wednesday, so won't train until Thursday. Interesting. The fact that we've got Barcelona midweek, if Voltamada plays on the Saturday, will he start against Barca on the Thursday? Because I think Vissa starts on the Thursday. Is it that week? Yeah, I think he starts on a Thursday. So it'd be interesting, very interesting. But we'll see. We'll see. Predator says Vissa 19 goals last season, also from open play, no pens. Yep, yeah, indeed. So, expecting big things from this season. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So overall, though, in terms of the penalties, Bruno, I don't really trust Bruno to take the penalties. I know he scored a couple, but I've seen him miss a couple as well.
He doesn't have power, does he, in the
Yeah.
way that he strikes the ball? That's what worries me, I think.
Predator said also that Vissa took a penalty for Congo the other day and slapped it home. Interesting. NUFC Truth, big up. He said, if Voldemar gets 5 goals after getting 12 in Germany, is that the average as its highest as its standard? Oh, if he gets 5 goals this season, it depends how Eddie uses him, and how many starts he gets. 5 league goals for the price that we've paid, unless he gets a lot more assists.
Yeah, goal involvements, isn't it?
Yeah. With him, it's about GA. With Wissa, it's more about goals, but with him, it's about GA. So if he was to get five goals and say 12 assists, then okay, yeah. So 17 GA for the season. I think is a decent return in the first full season in the Prem with a new team. I think that's decent. Be interested to know what everyone else thinks in the comments. What's for Voltemada for GA? What's good enough for him? But yeah, I'm saying 17. What about you, Jefferson?
I'm gonna go. I don't know why, but this number stuck out in my head. 21.
Huh? 21 GA for Voltemada.
Yeah, all comps.
Oh, in all comps. Okay.
Yeah.
21. That would be amazing for me personally. Okay. Interesting. Ginny Esther says Fabian shares a stone cold penalty taker. Never seen him miss for Swiss or for us. Interesting. Kim Cam, Vissa will be a star at St. James Park. He can take penalties as well. So we've got options. Yeah, Brent said that's a good question. How many does Voldemar get? Yeah, it's and obviously we're not expecting him to hit the ground running, so he's going to take time. So we have to be a bit lenient on him initially. You know what I mean? So we'll see. You watching or playing against Bradford?
We might need him. Bring in your boots, man.
Hell no. You listen. My football playing days are done. I'd keel over after 3 minutes, bro. That's not for me, bro.
Everyone will think it's like the second coming of Olivier Bernard or something.
NUFC's got a question for you, Jefferson. Why did we pay Waterwater 69 million pay 69 million Waterwater when Samu had the same price release clause? He's unproven. Fans are saying he's class but never watched him. So basically saying, why do you pay that much for Voldemar when we could have got Samu for the same price? People have rated Voldemar when they've never watched him.
Yeah, I see NUFC Truth living up to his name, because I notice he pops in with the real ones. He tries to get me started. You know what? In this instance, I will say that, to be honest with you, unless you're an avid watcher of the Bundesliga, most people had only seen him through the under-21 tournament,
Yeah.
So when you're looking at Samu, now, the only reason I first heard about Samu is because Chelsea wanted him. I don't watch La Liga NOS. I don't watch the Portuguese league, but I've heard nothing but good things about him, particularly from Steve. If you guys remember, Steve came on about 3 or 4 shows ago, and I trust him because he might as well be a scout. The amount of games he watches around the world, so there's potential there. Because I think, if I'm correct, he has some caps for Spain as well. I don't know if it's Spain or Spain under 21s, but his physical attributes would suit our style. The problem is £80 million as a release clause. Is it £80 million or 80 million euros?
It must be euros, no?
And
Either way,
UFC
it's a
Truth,
madness.
if you can confirm that, but I see what you're saying. If we're already paying X amount for Voldemar, we might as well pay that little bit more. Let's see what January brings.
Let's see what
You don't know.
Voldemar does, innit? Let's see what he does, because he could have a stellar season and people forgetting about the price tag. You know what I mean? So I think it's more to do with the fact that Bayern only went up to 50 million euros, and that's why they're saying it's we've overpaid, blah blah. Listen, it's a lot of money, but we've got the money. We spent it, innit? Liam says Germany's midfield is awful. Voldemar with nobody 20 yards near him. No wing play. Our team are set up to deliver. So I get Liam. You say that Voldemar will be a success for us the way we play, which is interesting. Big up Curtis. He said he thinks Asula can't start against Wolves. He can't.
I think he means Bradford.
Oh, Bradford. Okay, fair enough.
Potentially. I think
Yeah.
I could be wrong, Curtis. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Let us
Okay.
know. Let us know.
Connor says Voldemort is a link-up striker, so we'll need wingers to play off him. I think. Listen,
100%.
I think the likes of Gordon and Alangos are going to feast when he's playing. The way he's going to bring them into play, I think they'll do very well. But listen, overall though, just quickly on the transfer window itself, given the way we started, and where we finished, what would you rate it out of 10?
I'm gonna say a 7. Because a lot of these players still have to prove themselves, not necessarily prove themselves, but show what they can do in a black and white shirt. It's all ifs and buts at this point, and a bit of the imagination. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I think if you're looking at the transfer window as a whole, with the whole PR disaster and our reputation, that does give it a few minus points for me. But on the whole, I think the squad is in a much better position than it was before.
Okay. Let us know what you think in the comments. What would you rate it? Just give us a number out of 10. But would be interesting. And don't forget, smash the likes, people. Keep the likes coming. NUFC said, I made you choke. Our wingers are sus. You made me choke. Wingers score, please. Show me. What are you drinking? Listen. Watch what will happen. Yeah? Watch what will happen. Just have faith. Yeah, have faith. Listen, Gordon had an average season, but we saw what he did the season before. We saw what Elanga did for Forest last season, right? So with Voldemort, who's good with his feet, link up play, hold up play. Even Vissa, yeah, I think it will help our wingers tremendously. So we'll see. Big Int says Voldemort is a facilitator, and I think he has potential to be our
Yeah,
Berbatov. See, listen, Big
yeah,
Int gets it, man. He gets it. Yeah, big up Big
yeah.
Int. But
I think for Voltamada to play, I don't know if he's going to do something mad like the right winger won't be a right forward. They kind of come a curve into the midfield, and you kind of have the left winger will be like two up top. So
yeah,
Vista might be on that left side rather than him utilizing wingers. I think someone like a Murphy suits because if Voltamada is in the box, he's our best crosser.
yeah.
Gordon holds onto the ball and tries to beat the man, and he takes too long to whip the ball in the box. So it suits Elanga if he's going to run in behind, and Barnes because he can do the link up and them running
See,
behind.
Leave just said the man to feast for Voldemort is Barnes.
Yeah,
He's
there
the
we go.
interchange play. You see,
There
he
we go.
gets it. And PDK said, listen, 4-2-3-1. I was just about to say, I want to see Eddie change the formation.
Please.
Yeah, the 4-3-3 with the personnel that we've got ain't the answer. Sometimes you can switch it up, depending on the opposition, depending if away from home or at home. I want to see a bit of variation.
Who needs Jason Tinder when you got PDK, eh?
Yeah, Genius asked a good question. He said, "What should be the aim for the season?" I think we should prioritize another top 5 UCL finish. What's your thoughts on that, Jefferson?
It's a good question. And I think until we know whether fifth place will be Champions League or not, we have to aim top. I think unfortunately we're still building and we need the revenue off the pitch. And as much as people want the chance to win a trophy, i.e. Conference League, Europa League, which Europa League is quite hard to win, to be honest with you, because you got to play, is it 19 matches or something crazy like that just to get to the final? The revenue it just isn't enough. And we're still at a stage of kind of building season in, season out. We can't take a step backwards. So until it's that final day and we know mathematically we can't get there, I will say a Champions League position, top 4.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think Champions League position. If it's top 5, perfect. If it's top 4, we know what we need to do. Yes, I want to see a decent run in the Champions League. I want to see us get through to the next round because it's the top 24. So even if it's the playoffs, I want to see us do that. Listen, a cup will be a bonus, yeah. But the priority is, they said, like you said, we've seen what's happened this season with the PSR issues in the transfer window. Commercial revenue is key. In terms of my question about rating the transfer window, Kim Cap said 9 for the signings and 0 for the leadership and management. Interesting.
Fair play, fair play.
um, What else we got? We got Ron. Ron Waffle in the building. We're going to struggle. Why do you think we're going to struggle, Ron? Let us know. Why do you think we're pretty blunt there? But I appreciate it.
I have not paid anyone, just to say.
NUFC Truth ain't having it. Sorry, D man. To get top five, we need a playmaker wide to get goals and break lines. We don't have it. We have everything but a top attack. Listen, the likes of Vissa, Ramsey, and Voltamada, I expect them to help us break down the low block. I'm not saying it's the solution, but I think that gives us better options. You might be right, but I'm going to try to stay positive.
I think he raises something that has been an incessant problem for obviously the last 3+ years. We know we've got that issue. Just to add to what D-Man said, I just hope that Voltamada solves that issue, that he kind of becomes that kind of de facto number 10 to fill that slot. And who knows, maybe the more Eddie sees that's a success, he might say, oh, you know what, we need another player like to match that. And the next window he might sign a 10, So fingers crossed.
All right. So listen, you spoke about the commercial revenue, and Connor raised a good point. Said what players need new contract, what players are in trouble at the club needs a big season. Listen, off the pitch, yeah, we've been screaming for a CEO and a sporting director, right? And we've now adjusted one of those positions, the CEO, a certain David Hopkinson has come on board. A Canadian, I think he's 54 years old. I'll be honest, he looked about 64, 70, but that's another story. Very mature. But listen, he's come with a great CV. We've seen this before with Paul Mitchell in the sporting director role, the CV that he had. However, this guy worked in the Maple Leafs. Is it Maple Leafs in Canada?
Toronto Maple Leafs, right?
Yeah. He went to America for is it the Knicks he worked with? The Knicks as well? New York Knicks, was it? And then Real Madrid as well. Real Madrid. So he's had different roles. He said this. He's been pining for a role like this, a CEO role at a major club. He's now got it. Thoughts on it, Jefferson?
Listen, we said that we needed somebody in that role, and thank goodness we got it, because we need a structure. And like I've always said, I've been an advocate of modernizing the club. So this CEO is going to have his own vision, a new vision to what Darren Ills did. And by the way, thank you, Darren Ills, for what he done, because he did elevate us. But now we've got someone with a new vision coming in who's clearly been quite successful elsewhere. So let's see how it pans out, and then hopefully he will be the one to appoint his own director of football potentially. So I think it's good news to have the slot filled.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's great to have the slot filled. I mean, I watched his interview yesterday. He seems very enthusiastic. He did watch the Aston Villa game with his family in his Newcastle kit. They were all the Newcastle tops and stuff. And I think he said majority of his family are flying over. I don't know if they're going to live here. The family are going to live here, or they're going to be here for the Barcelona game, should I say? And then apart from one of his daughters or something like that. But he seems like he's fully invested. He comes with a great CV. Let's see what he can do. Like I said, big up Darren Ills for the job that he's did, and wish him well for his recovery. But let's see what he does. We need to get some more deals through the door. We need to grow our revenue, and he's got the experience in that.
Stadium situation.
The stadium as well, but he's used to important projects at big clubs in all different sports. So yeah, I'm say excited because it's not football, it's not on the pitch matters, but if he helps the club grow quickly and in a major way, then listen, great appointment. So let's wait to see what he does. You said about the sporting director, if he could pick his own, but it looks like the guy from Nottingham Forest is a shoo-in. Basically, he's probably been hired, but he just haven't been announced yet. What his name? But
Ross Wilson.
Yeah. Let's see. But just going through some of these comments, going back to what we previously spoke about, we asked Ron this question about why he thinks we're going to struggle. And he said, not impressed with a single signing and how we'll wait until we got a mountain to climb before he gets them onto the pitch. It won't surprise me if we don't beat Wolves using Barnes, Murphy and Share. Interesting. PDK said to be strengthened in January, it's fifth, if we don't, 7th or 8th. Interesting.
Valid.
NUFC True said we're going up against top sides who can carry the ball from the goal to, oh, sorry, our attack waits too many times. Gordon is a bum. That guy will give time. Barnes, wow, he's rubbish this season. Listen, it's early doors, man. It's early doors.
I think the thing is, isn't it? We've talked about this already before. Is if we're gonna stick to the current style, which I'm hoping you agree with me, D man. I want us to move on from this style, but this physical style we've got, unfortunately, what we've seen is it will take anything between 7, 8, maybe even 10 games for the team to get physically in tune with the way that Eddie wants them to play. So it means that those first fixtures, it's going to be Jekyll and Hyde, and then we pick things up. Where will we be at that point? We don't know, and it's are we then patient with that, or is it a situation where these new signings come in and then just hit the ground running? From what we know from Eddie, he tends to kind of take his time. You know, for example, we would have liked to have seen TL against Leeds, who are a promoted side. I think it's a pretty safe side to risk a new signing against. He didn't take that option, so he is quite cautious and methodical. So let's just hope we kick into gear sooner than later, because no one likes being 17th,
Yeah.
and we're yet to win a game in 11 games. So I understand the frustration, but let's hope that, post international break, it's a fresh start and we just kick on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the the beauty, I say the beauty is that this, I think our season starts now, in it. Yeah. The first 3 games, okay, we didn't have a striker, and I'm going to include the Leeds game because Asula is not the guy. Yeah. But from now on, the transfer window's closed. He's got his squad, and the games are going to come thick and fast for the next few weeks because we've got the Champions League, we've got the League Cup, and obviously the Premier League as well. So he's going to have to rotate. So it's going to be interesting to see what what lineup he goes with for Wolves and then Barcelona, and then the game after that, I think it's Bournemouth away. I think it is.
Yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah,
Right. So we know Bournemouth are a good team. So he's gonna have to rotate because the Barcelona game is going to physically grueling. The players are just back from international duty for the Wolves game, and then you've got Bournemouth straight after that. Yes, you can start rotating again for the League Cup as well, but you need to start getting points on the board, like we said, and you want to get off to a good start in the Champions League. So it's going to be interesting how he utilizes it. You talk about taking time to embed players, and we all know that's Eddie's way. But there's at least 3: Ramsdale, Ramsey, and Vissa are Premier League proven, so they shouldn't need integrating. They should be able to come into the squad and do a job. You know what I mean? It's come into the first team lineup and do a job. Ramsey got his start against Leeds, looked lively. Obviously, he came off with a knock, so hopefully that's not too bad. But yeah, he's gonna have to utilize it. And again, there's no excuses now. There's no excuses. The spotlight will be on. We spent a lot of money. You know what I mean? I know we sold Isak, but we spent a lot of money and we made a lot of signings. I think it's 7. I think we made, which is the most we've seen since the takeover. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
because you have to include Cordero in that as well.
yeah, Park Sung Soo, whatever his
Um,
name is, yeah,
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
just quickly on Hopkinson, Liam said Hopkinson is all about international visibility, sponsorship, and multi-use stadium. So let's hope we can bring that to Newcastle United, and we'll be in a good
Right.
place. We'll be in a good place. But yeah, big up Mason in the building as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're
Mason.
well. Yeah, man. Listen. So we've got we spoke about the Barcelona game, but the fixture list for the Champions League is in the order of the fixtures have been released. I've seen a
The
lot of
what?
the order. The
The
order.
champions. Come on, D man. Yeah, man. Let's get hyped to this shit. Come on. Come on.
Talk about hype. PDK, the CEO, will be gone next summer. That's not the spirit, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's some positivity, bro. But listen, the Champions League is what, a week away, whatever it is, just over like 10 days away, whatever. I know we play on a Thursday, but it's exciting times. It's exciting times. Barcelona is the opener. I'm looking at some of these comments, bro. What are they having it? But nah, we start off against so we've got Barcelona, then Unit SG, then we've got Benfica, then we've got Athletic Bilbao, Marseille, Leverkusen, PSV, and then PSG. Now, what's your thoughts on them, Jefferson? Like, do you think it's a good fixture list? I think good fixture order.
I think it's a good group of fixtures, that's for sure. I think there's some winnable games in there.
Well, let's take the first 3. Take the first
Okay,
3.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
want to see what people in the chat think as well. Home to Barcelona,
Yeah.
away to Union SG, and then home to Benfica. Yeah. So those
Okay.
first 3 games, how many points are you expecting from them?
Uh, my heart is saying 6 points, but my head is saying 4.
4. Where's your points coming from? So let's go with your head. Where you
I
going
think
for?
we. I think we beat Benfica at home. No, sorry, we beat at USG away,
Yeah.
and I think we draw with Benfica at home.
And lose to Barca at home.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me know what you think in the chats, people.
but I think 6 points is definitely on the cards. But
Yeah.
knowing our team, we're likely to turn up for the Barcelona game and be asleep for the others.
Okay. Okay. PDK says 7 points. Yeah. And NUFC 6 points. Benfica are top point. So we said loss, win, win. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
It's a good
Um,
estimate, I think.
Giniesta says 6 points as well. I'm gonna go for. Ooh. I'm gonna say 7 points. 7 points. I think we draw with Barcelona, beat Union SG, and beat Benfica at home. But if we beat Barcelona, I think we beat Union SG and then draw with Benfica. So I think 7 points. Either way, I think it's 7 points, which isn't a bad start. All right, and then the next 3, who we got? Who we got?
Is it uh, Bilbao,
Yeah,
Marseille, and then Bayer Leverkusen, isn't it? I think we got
yeah,
Bilbao on the 5th of
yeah,
November at home,
yeah, yeah,
Marseille 25th of November away, and
yeah,
then Leverkusen 10th of December away. What I'm realizing is there's a little pattern as well because we have history with these sides.
yeah,
So Barcelona, we know we've had history because under Dalglish we played them, and under Sir Bobby we played them as well. Obviously, there was the famous Aspria 3-2 win at home. Benfica obviously was that quarter final in the Europa League, which was a frustrating game because I think we had enough chances to win that game. Athletic Bilbao, I was a bit young. I think I was about 9 or something. But we went out on away goals to them, and I'm a big fan of Ernesto Valverde and what he's doing there. Um, yeah, and obviously Leverkusen as well. I remember the away game. I remember the home game. I think Shearer got a hat trick, if I remember correctly. And
okay.
away, I remember was it Loire and Amiobi got some goals.
Yes, yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
So we've got history with these clubs, and obviously PSG, our last run in the tournament, isn't it? So
So how many points do you think we get overall? Because NFC2 said if he doesn't get 15, he's sacked. I think 14 to 15 gets
15,
you through to the
15's
next
a
round.
big. I think 15's a big ask, um, considering the fact that we have, Barcelona, PSG, to an extent Bilbao, who I think are kind of similar level, if not slightly better than us. I just think they're better coached and they have some dangerous individuals like San.
We're at home to Bilbao, yeah.
Yeah, I know we're at home,
Right.
but
Okay.
they've got Nico Williams, they've got Sunset. I'm not saying it's like we're gonna smash them or anything. I think it's gonna be a difficult game, but I can see something because remember, people got to remember it's about the accumulation of games, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then you get injuries, you get suspension. Will Eddie trust the team the squad to rotate? Will players be tired? So I can see it being something like 3 wins, 2 draws, 3 defeats, something like that. And
Okay.
I don't know if 11. I think 11 points might just get us the playoff round.
Oh, 11 points. Yeah, we'll be scraping it, I think. NFC2 said, I think we will get 4 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. I'd say, let me see.
The
Win
maybe the
there.
maybe the Leverkusen one actually is changed now
Two.
because they've bloody sold half of their team from when
Yeah.
we first done the draw.
Yeah, I think. I think I think it's difficult. I think we're capable of definitely getting 3 wins. Couple draws. I think we're gonna have to try and get around 13 to 15 points to qualify for the next round. I'm not sure. I don't think we beat. I think we lose to PSG on the last game. I think we probably lose to Leverkusen away. I know we don't know. They're in a bit of a limbo at the moment. But I expect of the home games, I expect us to beat PSV, Benfica. I think away to Unit SG, a draw get Athletic Bilbao, 3, 6, 9, 10, maybe
Marseille will
11.
be tough.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
I
Yeah,
don't see us winning there. And
yeah.
PSG,
Oh, I think maybe all right, maybe 12 points then. I think 12
yeah,
points.
you're looking at 11, 12, 12 potentially.
Yeah. Peter
You,
says we can beat anybody at St James's. Yeah, we're capable. But we are. We are.
of course we can.
Liam says 4 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay.
The thing is, going back to what NUFC Truth was saying, is the Champions League could be something that pumps life into our season, but also gives Eddie an extra life because it may be a situation where we struggle in the league, but find an escape through this competition, and we may see the best of us in this competition. I think there's pressure there to get to the knockout rounds because we've done the group stage before, which didn't go very well. So we have to show some form of progression. The board, I'm sure, are going to want to see that and see us in the draw. But also the fact that Villa were in there, made their debut, and were able to get to the quarterfinals. So I'm not saying we should match it, but we have to at least get to the knockout stages.
And Kim Cam says we will be fine if we get maximum wins at home and minimum losses away. Yeah. Yeah. Kante says St James's Park home form is key. So for that reason, I'm going to go with EHFC getting 1 win and Bilbao, and that's it. Okay. Okay. Eddie Howe FC getting 1 win against Bilbao, and that's it. You're taking liberties, bruv. You're taking liberties. Yeah. Peter says, big up Peter said, I see no reason why we should struggle in the league. I think it's about Eddie and his squad rotation, to be honest, because we saw what happened last time he was in the Champions League. The injuries piled up. He didn't trust the squad, and we suffered for it.
And if we can't break down teams, and you're having a lot of these 0-0 draws, that's not going to get you anywhere anytime fast if you can't back them up with wins. And it is a conundrum we need to fix. So
I just hope we don't have. When we played Dortmund at home, and we should have won that game. We should have won the game, but they tactically got the better of Eddie Howe, and they I think was it 2-0 or 1-0 at the time? They beat us 1-0, I think it was.
I think it was 2-0 both
2-0.
games, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, something like that. But we deserve more from that game. In both games, I think we deserve more. But
But
it's
that's the thing, D-man, isn't it? It's about how you perform at the highest level, and it's fine margins. And this is what I mean. I think the first time round, it was like, okay, the manager's learning. Well, I hope he's learned something. So this time, there's no excuses.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. NUFC said, remember, if we get through, will PIF sign better players for the knockout rounds because league goes until January? Okay, that's fair. It does go until January, the Champions League. And then Liam said, truth, we are one of the only teams with headroom. We can go again in January. We're in a good place financially, and it'd be interesting to see if we do strengthen the squad in January, especially if we're on the cusp of qualifying for the next round. You know what I mean? If we're in a good place in the league as well. They probably do have their targets lined up already, and we'll see if they can get them across the line. And by that time, we'll have a sporting director to handle the business as well. Less pressure on Eddie and Andy. So we'll see. We'll see. Junior said Bournemouth away 3 days after the Barca game is a tricky game. Squad rotation will have to be on point. Agreed. Yeah, and this is where Eddie Howe's going to have to trust the squad.
and we don't get good results there. And I'm sorry to say it, Bournemouth are playing much better football than us at the moment. They look a very fluid side, so I'm worried about them.
And to be fair, that's a good point because Bournemouth are playing better football than most teams in the league at the moment. We
Yeah.
saw what they did to Spurs. Excellent performance. They should have won 3 or 4-0. But yeah, I don't think Eddie Howe's beaten them since.
Imagine if we had Semenyo instead of Gordon. Wow, that would
Listen,
be that would be something, wouldn't it?
let's not
Let's get him in January. Let's get
let's
him in
not
January.
get that. Peter says a better deeper squad now. Ramsey looked very exciting versus Liverpool. You know what I mean? So listen, we've got the squad. We've got the squad. Eddie Howe has to trust it now. He has to trust it. We want to see good rotation and planning for the opposition. Adjusting the team depending on who we're playing. Some will be low block. Some will be counter attack. You know what I mean? So it's this is going to be a real test for him. Kim Cass said Eddie Howe knows he can buy in January if he needs to. Indeed.
Yeah, Yeah.
Um,
Reinforcements.
Big up Mark in the building. Watch Voldemar the last two international appearances. Good grief. You need a lovely spelling league. The lovely spelling league one. Listen, don't write him off yet. Don't write him off yet. Yeah. NUFC said, D-man, quick question. I have one honest question for you. Would you put League and Champions League ahead of killing players in the domestic cups? Because for me,
Yes.
we have to put League for 100%. Have to prioritise the
Get
League.
the cups this year, guys. Forget it. If you want to be serious, if you want to at least have a chance of finishing that top four and progressing Champions League, forget the domestic cups.
Liam,
I know it sounds negative, but
Liam says, that's a stretch, Jefferson. Brentford smashed Bournemouth. Listen, it's early
yeah,
doors.
well, if I mean, from what I've seen, they've sold Dean Huijsen, yeah, and they've sold Sabani, so they've sold their two starting centre backs.
And their left back in Kirkes.
Yeah, they've sold the whole of their defense, and that's probably why, mate. But that still hasn't stopped the way they're playing really good football. I mean, they had Liverpool on the ropes as well. So yeah, listen, the way they're playing looks great. It's just they need to get the defense sorted, obviously.
So, with that being said, with the first, we'll just skipping forward to the Barcelona game, right? What would you, if we're saying everyone's fit, yeah, what would be your starting lineup or your formation for that one?
The Barcelona game,
Yeah, just the Barcelona.
I've got a feeling that Eddie will play like a 4-5-1 or something. Because we know that they're going to have the lion's share of possession.
Mm.
You know,
So,
so Elanga will probably start because his strength is hitting teams on the break. And I actually think he'll start Gordon as well. I think he'll look for pace on the outside with Vissa through the middle.
okay, so who's your keeper and back four then? Do you think? Do you think?
He will start Pope. He will start Pope, even though I think Ramsdale should be starting games now. He will start Pope. I can see Yamal banging one from top corner against this guy if he does not dive. But he will start Pope. I have a feeling he would do tried and tested Tino one side, Trippier one side, because Trippier is a big game player. So, but
Against Rafinha though, Trippier against Rafinha.
wow, I mean that's not going to be a good sight to watch. And I do think he will go again, tried and tested, burn and share. Like I can't see him being like, oh, I'm going to put Malik Tiao now. He might, at best, if he cops out and plays five at the back, he'll start Botman. But I just think that's not the way to go. I would rather lose 4-3 than play defensively against Barca at home, to be honest.
Okay. NFC two said 4-2-3-1 with both attackers Voldemar at the 10 to hold the ball up for Vissa, but Eddie will go 5-3-2. Like I said,
Mm.
five at the back. You never know. Leo, Tino versus Jamal. Listen, this could be. I'd like to see Tino on the right and Hall on the left. Yeah,
Mm.
we need that pace and to push Barcelona back a little bit when we do have the ball. You know what I mean? They're both very good one-on-one defenders. Trippier, I'd be worried. Yes, he's got the experience, but Rafinha, potential for the Ballon d'Or, I think he could eat him alive. Yeah, big up Choppy in the building.
Big up, Choppy.
I don't know. But you're right. You probably will go five at the back. Adrian, how better not go Bruce ball on us? Listen,
Yeah, boy, we might have to go direct. Like I said, the way Brentford play majority of the time was direct.
but so do you think Vissa
So
starts? Vissa's got to be the starter, yeah?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think so.
Liam said Vissa 9, Volta bench and midfield stacked. Yep,
Mm,
probably.
yeah, yeah. It's a good shout,
Um,
Ian.
Big up Steven in the building. Said, can someone remind Gordon he's a footballer? He came on the pitch missing a tennis racket with that headband. He cannot be serious. We'll talk
Oh.
about Anthony Gordon before we sign off. Anyway, we'll talk about Gordon and that because there's been a lot of talk about him of late. But Peter agrees. He said, absolutely great. Agree with D-Man. Lewis Hall must be starting. And
Mm.
hopefully gets the a bit of a warm-up against Wolves. You know what I mean? He's come on off the bench a couple of times now. So it'd be good to get him to get a start, get that match rhythm.
Because it's got to the point where Trips' delivery isn't even that good anymore. So what's the point in playing him? It was different when he was getting assists, and it's like, okay, I see why. You know, he judges positioning well. He tends to not get caught out too much, but I just think you can't have him, Burn, and Cher, who are all slow,
Mm.
and then just Tino. And also that then requires more running for Tonali to have to backtrack and cover.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah. Good point. Liam said Tino right foot against Jamal left foot cutting. Indeed, because that's he's going to be looking to do that all night. But do you think we're gonna just quickly? Giniesta said Barca play with insanely high defensive line, trying to put off offside traps that will suit our rapid front three: Gordon, Vissa, and Alanga. And I think you're right. Kim Cam said we have to attack, otherwise we will lose. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, do you think we're going to treat this game? Listen, first Champions League game back under the light St James's, the history of the Barcelona, the 3-2, the Esprit a hat trick. Do you think we're going to treat this game like we did PSG when we was against PSG, that first game that we were back in the Champions League, when we're celebrating every tackle, we're sticking it on them from minute one? Or do you think we're going to play with more, I say, more calm? Do you think we're going to? The crowd are going to be up for it. Do you think it's going to be similar to how we started against Liverpool? Press them, don't know what hit them, or do you think we're going to take a more cautious approach because it's Barcelona? How do you think we're going to approach it?
I can see it in typical Eddie style. We're going to try and assert our physicality on them because they're a more technical team. So it may yet stifle them having a physical approach. Whether we'll be able to maintain that throughout the game is another story. But we know when SJP St James's Park is packed to the rafters. Our fans are our 12th man, 12th person, 12th player. We get the banners up, war flags, everything like that. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. We've been waiting to be back. It feels like ages, and it's only been 2 seasons. But yeah, I think we're going to make a hell of a cauldron of an atmosphere that's going to push the lads on. I think particularly those first 45 minutes, they're going to be rocking.
Liam said 3 at the back, passing out bypasses and waste Tonali. Interesting. Kim Cam, we are going to treat this game like no other, no calm. And in PDK, we don't do calm at home, which is true. Liam said PSG all over. At home, we have to swing, and it's true. We have to go attack them on the front foot. Put them under pressure. I think we'll do what we usually do. We're going to go all guns blazing for the first 20-25 minutes. For the last 20 minutes of the first half, we're going to try to sit back and soak up pressure and hit them on the counter. Go again second half, and then sit back for the last few minutes, and then maybe for the last 5 or 10 go again. I think that's what we're going to try to do. Peter said
the key one would be for me: does Joe Linton play, or does Ramsey play? Because I think Ramsey would show a real attacking intent.
He will, but if you're talking about passion and energy, and that, it's Joe Linton, bro. He's gonna put Joe Linton. Yeah, I think he's gonna put it. Trident. Ramsey to come off the bench, fresh legs and that to test the back line and stuff. But I think Joe Linton's gonna be there. He's gonna be. I could see now that first challenge that he puts in. He's gonna be riling up the crowd and screaming about the place. I can see it now. Peter said, "I see a repeat of the Liverpool game versus Barca." Interesting. Minus a sending off, he said. We have to keep our head. We have to. Yeah, we cannot afford to go down to 10 men against Barcelona, because there will be no coming back. They'll just pick us off. NFC True said, whatever happens, Newcastle set a statement in their first game to show other sides we face. We ain't no pushover. Yeah, we have to go for a fight. Yeah, I agree. Phil says Rafinha will rinse Trippier if he plays against him. 80% possession for Barca. Yeah, listen, we are not seeing that ball, and when we do, we have to be clinical. Yeah, 80% possession is not unrealistic for this game, but that might work for our hands. The likes of Alanga, like you said, can play on the break. Even Gordon as well. It can work in our favour. Pedro versus Bruno is going to be nasty. It's tasty, should I say? It will be tasty. Like Bruno, I expect Bruno to rise to the occasion. The spotlight will be on him. Barca fans will be watching. The world will be watching on a Thursday night. I think the other game is like Man City. No one watches Man City.
Why is it on a Thursday?
TV, innit? It's all about TV. You don't have to certain games on a Thursday now. I don't know why they've done it like that.
So what is that? The same day as Europa League and Conference League?
I believe so, but then no one's going to be watching those early rounds anyway. So of the Conference League,
okay.
Yeah. PDK says 100% Barca will want J7 after they feel the force. Choppy attacking the best form of defense, particularly against our flying machines. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. I know it's we've got what 10, 12 days, whatever it is, to go. But at the moment, if I have to ask you for a score prediction, early one, what would you say?
4-2 Barcelona.
Huh? Four? You think we'll concede 4 at home to Barcelona?
Mm.
Jesus! After all that, everyone's all gas in the comments. You come back with we're going to get clapped 4-2.
Well, it'll be a close game, but I can see us getting quite tired towards the end, and then that's where the openings come up.
Okay, 4-2. Listen, let me put it in the chat then. Early predictions, because we'll revisit it later, nearer the time. But as it stands now, 4-2. Do you agree, Jefferson? Do you think we're going to win? What do you think? PDK says 3-2 to the Toon. I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1. Kim Cam says 3-2
What,
Barca.
3-1 to Barca?
No, 3-1 to us.
You think we're gonna smash Barca 3-1?
Yeah. Liam says 2-1. Yeah.
Shall we have a little private wager on it?
Peter says, I love Jefferson's optimism. Listen, Peter, you're going to get used to this. Don't worry about it. Yeah? Don't worry about
It's
it.
reality, mate. Reality.
I'm not even going to ask Jefferson that because we had that comment.
I bet you a tenner. I bet you a tenner, D man. I'm
What?
going against the betting king, but
3-1 Barca. Jesus Christ. What's going on? Where's the confidence, man?
wait.
Listen, I'm not even putting that comment out. Can't you out of order? About 5. The man said 5-0 Barca. They're taking absolutely living. Yeah, taking alcohol for Eddie's head. If we get slapped 5 at home, listen, right off the whole campaign, bro. Let's not play again. Peter said, I think we're going to rip them a new one. Listen, I think we could do
I
them.
would love that.
At home, I think we could do it.
Because we've seen it, I think that happened a couple of times this season, isn't it? Was it Osasuna? Was it Mallorca? Was it Mallorca were beating them 2-0?
Yeah, and they came
They
back
came
in the
back and
last
won
minute.
3-2. So
Yeah.
I can see something like that happening where we're intense. They're like, oh, how do we deal with this physicality? And then second half, they make the tactical changes. They up and then we struggle from there because we know what we're like in second halves.
Yeah.
So
Phil just
that's
said,
what I think. That last sort of 20, 30 minutes is where things might change a little bit.
Phil said Barca are more of a counter-attacking team than us. Add that to the high ball possession. I can see them winning 3-1. Okay. Interesting. Liam says Wissa came for the Champions League against High Line. He's crucifying them. Listen, if we play to our strengths, yeah, that High Line, they could get murdered, but we have to be clinical. We
What do
have to
they
be.
say? It's the hope that kills you. So I'm gonna keep it calm.
That's not calm, bro.
And then if I'm pleasantly surprised, even better.
4-2. Listen, if
'Cause
we.
I just get too emotional, mate. If honestly,
All right.
if we lose, I'm gonna be so fuming. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised.
Smash the lights if you think we're going to win. If you think we're going to beat Barcelona, smash the lights, please. I
Smash
need some
those
support.
legs, people.
I need that support, bro, because this is mad. Yeah. But listen, we'll revisit nearer the time because there'll be injuries, injuries, and see what happens there in it. We'll see what happens. But if we got a fully fit squad, then
We'll give
I'm
them a
confident.
game. We'll
But
definitely give them a game. Like they're
we're
not
not.
gonna run rampant on us. We'll
Nah.
give them a game.
Nah, but to concede 4 at home, Jesus Christ, that's a bit mad. Like Liam said, come on, man, hopium. Yeah,
I'll be
hopium.
praying, Liam. I'll be praying.
Yeah.
I'll be praying.
Stephen said, we haven't been weighed into balance and found wanting Jefferson 3-2 the max. Okay. I like the positivity.
Let's hope so, Stephen.
Yeah. History repeating itself and all that. But listen, okay, you're expecting a loss against Barcelona, but before that we play Wolves. Yeah. So if I was to ask you a prediction how we're going to set up there as well, what would you say?
The reason I can see a default and not a switch is because of the threats that Wolves have. You know, obviously they've got Larson there, so straight away you can see we're going to need Burn, for example, at the back. He's not going to be making any like crazy changes. I think that is a game we might see Lewis Hall play in because I think that's a game he could affect. I've talked about it already that Wolves have a very good midfield. So actually, Lewis Hall coming into the midfield might help a little bit, and then release a Bruno or Tonali to push further up the pitch. But I am worried about Larson scoring against us. Just proving that point. But I think we come out of there with sort of like a 2-1 win
Yeah.
like last time. I think it'll be tight, very physical game.
Okay. So Liam thinks that the same team for Wolves will be the team playing,
Yeah.
getting with gelling with Vissa for Barca. I agree. I think Vissa starts the game. I think Voldemar will probably start on the bench. He may not even get any game time, but what I want to see, like I said, is Lewis Hall going to start? Because if he does start, that will give us an indication that he will start against Barcelona. The keeper situation as well. I think this is a great time to bring in Ramsdale. Pope hasn't looked convincing to me. We know he's got the issues with diving about the place with his shoulder injuries that he's had. I think this is the great time to because we're going to need a calm keeper against Barcelona as well, because they do
Mm.
press. They do press. You know what I mean? And when Pope gets that ball,
You
when
can't just keep hoofing it into the stands.
that's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah. So we have to see some sort of. I want to see a different lineup, and Joe Linton should be back as well. So I'll be interested to see who he starts there. But look at this. Yeah, we had to get one in it. Where's your number 9 in
Yeah,
Liverpool's
mate.
back
You just
pocket?
wait for that first groin injury because he gets
Yeah,
injured a lot, mate.
that's
Enjoy.
it.
We'll take
125
the
million,
money.
and he's gonna. I heard about the specialist training program they've got for him. Yeah, he's not gonna be
Wait.
training every. Listen, you
And
bought
you
a
man
croc.
got
You
rinsed.
bought a croc. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah, don't worry. But no, I expect. Listen, I expected 3 points. I think. I'd say 2-1, maybe 3-1. I think Vissa gets off the mark. But like I said, it's been interesting to see how he does with the defensive selections and how he goes from there. And is Botman going to? Because every time Botman plays, he comes off, and they say it's a planned substitution, but it seems to be injury related. So I want to see if he's if he plays.
I think he's deep down. He's finished, D man. You know.
You reckon?
Mm.
I hope not.
I think he's a bit of a sick note, but we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Wolves have got a Nigeria player, Tolu Arokadera. Is that how you say it? He's very dangerous. He might play or start on the bench for Wolves.
Welcome,
Interesting.
Olga.
Yeah. Big up.
Perspective, a new face.
Big up. Big up.
Welcome.
This LFC's in the get your number 2 target as well. He got
He's
snapped
a
from that.
menace. He's a menace.
Listen, let's quickly address that, because yeah, you talk SXTK, yeah. Shout out for his thoughts, because boy, he's now going to get benched, so it's a waste of money, yeah. But let's see how they're doing it. Let's see how many goals they score from there here on out, innit? We'll see. But all I'm saying is, all that money that Liverpool spent, they better bag the Champions League and the league. Anything less is a failure, yeah. So let's talk about the pressure that you men are under, but it's all good. Welcome to the chat anyway, LFC. Liam Knowles has said, Liam said, how ain't changing for Pope for Wolves, but could bring Ramsdale against Barca for Champions League support against the Barca press. True, I think we do need Ramsdale for Barcelona, but I think it might be silly to not start him against Wolves just to get him time used to the team and how we play and stuff. Like, I think it'd be better to do that. But you know what I mean, he does have his loyalties, and until Pope has a stinker, he may not drop him for the league anyway. But it's all good. It's all good. So you're going for a 2-1 win, 3 points. I'm going for, I'd say 3-1. Just quickly before we go now, Anthony Gordon. Yeah, you mentioned him, and there's a few comments in the chat about him. What's your thoughts on Gordon itself? Do you think that this is his season to perform, and if he doesn't, we need to get rid, or do you think we should get rid regardless?
I think he's very lucky to still be at the club. And I think he's getting found out. I think he's a speed merchant. He's quite limited, and he may have already reached his ceiling. I don't know if these sort of disciplinary episodes are a way of masking that, you know, maybe he's not interested, or he's not fit, or he's struggling. But he already came in with all this, yeah, I'm ready to go. But you've been sent off already. What are you doing? So listen, at the moment,
Oh,
but we saw towards the end of last season that he was second choice. Don't get me wrong, I think he tried to put in a shift playing up front. So big up to him on that. But I think if he doesn't buck his ideas up, we need to ship him off.
Do you think he will have a good
Can't carry
season?
passengers, D-man. We can't.
Do you think? In your heart of hearts, do you think he will have a good season?
I think he will have an average season.
Yeah. Okay. And more importantly, obviously, he's suspended for the league games. Do you think he starts against Barcelona?
He shouldn't, and I think Eddie would be sending out the wrong message in doing that. But I have a feeling he might, because unfortunately he's one of his favourites. Everybody knows this.
Yeah, I think, and to those in the comments as well. Do you think Gordon will start against Barcelona? Do you think he should start against Barcelona? Like, what's your thought? Because obviously the post that he sent to Isak wasn't well received. But that's by the by, whatever. But he split opinion. Some will say, he his head was turned. We forced his head to be turned when we tried to offer him to Liverpool and last season. Some are saying, listen, he hasn't backed up his performances since, no goals in 21 or something like that, some mad like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I'd like to see the fact that he got the red card against Liverpool. I don't think he should return to the starting lineup until he's back. And if Barnes shows a bit of form, then he should stay in the team. But it'll be interesting. Liam said Gordon starts Barca and Cup. It's a no trainer rotation. Interesting. No brainer rotation. He said. Giniesta said, I think Gordon should start versus Barca. We need his work rate and speed against them. Yeah, interesting. But it's going to be interesting. And Adrian said he will start because he's not banned. So yeah, I think the majority consensus is that he is going to start, and I think he will start.
Do you know the other thing as well? Like, I just hope we're not leaning too into this. Like I said, this whole shithousery and fouling and all of that. Just get on and play football, and that will show us. I don't mind that against Wolves; it might get gritty, but against Barcelona, I don't want to be seeing that stuff where we're fouling them every 3-4 minutes. Let's just try and play some football, man.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to start I don't think it's going to be similar to the Liverpool game in terms of that sense of physicality, but I think we will let them know that we're there in it. But Kim Cam said if Gordon does perform this year, he is gone. Is that does or doesn't? Because if he does, are you saying that he puts himself on the market? Or if he doesn't, we're going to be fed up with him and we're going to get rid of him? Be interested. But yeah, I think he may be the next out the door next season. There's rumours of we're trying to offer, is it Botman, Tonali and Tino new contracts, I think it is, which is interesting. I think we're trying to learn from past mistakes. Obviously, contracts don't seem to mean much nowadays, given the Isak saga. But at least it puts us in a stronger position moving forward. But yeah, let's hope that we get. Kim can clarify. They said he does not. If Gordon doesn't perform this year, then he's gone, which probably will be. But I think this might be his last season, regardless. I think if he does perform, he'll be agitated for a move, and if he doesn't perform, we'll be looked to cash in on him. So let's see. But yeah, hopefully by the time we record next time, we'll have a sporting director through the building. If not, we will know how we fared against Wolves. Back again on Sunday at 9:00. But listen, thank you for all those in the comments. Keep liking it, like, comment, subscribe, share with your people, tell a friend to tell a friend. Justin, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Yeah, I might be off for a little bit, but I'll try to put my head in here and there. All for a good cause. Not sharing that right now, but yeah, might surprise you all later on. But yeah, thanks for the support as always, guys. So yeah, we may mix it up a little bit, but try not to miss me too much.
But no, appreciate for all the comments. I hope you enjoyed. We will be doing this again on Sunday at 9 p.m. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Before we go, don't forget we're part of the NUFC Talk TV family, so check out their content daily. Chris, Wynn and the guys, Gary, check it out. Good content. Myself, I've got my own personal channel, D-Man TV. Check that out as well. And yeah, if you want to hear more from me as well, every Saturday 10 till 12, I'm on D&D Footy Factory on Top of FM 95.5, football related matters. But yeah, until next time, we're out. Peace.